Hi, my name is Mara Anhoff. I'm associate professor at our faculty. I'm addressing you guys today in context of the new course that I designed on governmental contracting. I've been asked to tell you in a couple words what that course is about and try to, so to speak, give you a elevator pitch why I would encourage you to take the course. It's 7.5 points. The smaller size of a course. We will run it for the first time, hopefully, this autumn semester. What you will learn during that course is to differentiate between the governmental contracts and the traditional private law, private enterprises contracts, to get an understanding how those two different, and the fact that if you're going to assist enterprises, suppliers, contractors to bid for the governmental contract, you need to be aware of the differences in drafting those contracts, negotiating those contracts, the whole process of tendering them, as well as how you're managing those contracts. We will understand how a bigger policy setups highly impact how those contracts also are carried through and drafted. The issues of right now, the Green Deal and the broadly understood climate change and sustainability agenda, innovation agenda, digitalization agenda, how all those elements are transferred actually to governmental contracting. We will try to address the different issues that are following from the intersection between private contract law and the public governmental activity on the commercial market. So in other words, public contracts, the governmental contracts, are taking the space that is, so to speak, in between the public law, due to the fact that one of the contractors' side is a governmental institution or a public company, and on the other side, private law, private contract law, due to the fact that that's the tool that is being used to deal with this type of arrangements, agreements. Now, this is not a typical private contracting scenario, and from that reason that occur at different issues. We need to deal with different set of laws. If we are in some of the member states, we will be dealing with more understanding of these contracts as a type of public concessions, public administrative contracts, which in itself have a different category and different understanding. In countries such as Denmark, we'll be looking more in this private contract that is applied to this semi-public, semi-private relationship. And that is very, very fascinating. We will be looking into extreme, broad, dynamically developing case law from European Court of Justice and from the local boards and tribunals dealings with the issue of procurement law. And we will also look at the challenges of managing those governmental contracts, what happens throughout the lifetime of those contracts, how we are introducing any changes, modifying those contracts, as there are specific rules on how we can and cannot do so, how we terminate those contracts, all these different elements. I would say that it's particularly interesting from a perspective that we're dealing with a lot of international legal setups that will be helpful if you acquire this knowledge, due to the fact that same principles will be applicable across different jurisdictions. At the same time, if you're planning to work within a corporate setup, this issue comes time and time again, as governments in different forms are continuously one of the biggest producers in the world. So I hope that that somehow ignites your interest to having a look into that course. I'm of course more than happy to answer any of your questions if you have before the registration period is over. I'm here for you guys. And the last element, or two elements, having in mind the current time limit that we are in, is that firstly, I would want to say that this course will be adjusted to the circumstances that we are in. So if we fully will be still teaching online, this course will be fully taught online. We'll be using a different blended learnings and different activities to somehow give you the most interactive experience that you potentially can have. If we will be able to have the course in person, and we will still have some students, let's say, joining from the distance, we will figure it out. I can promise you that no one will be left behind in this sense. And the last element also, we will reflecting on the contemporary issues. So COVID-19 has been a huge challenge also in this area of law of governmental contracts, and governmental contracts and governmental contracting will be one of the answers that economies globally will be looking for to help out to restart us, to restart the economies. So having a knowledge around that, how we deal with this emergency circumstances also within this governmental contracting will be addressed. I hope I interest you, and I hope to see you all at the course in September. Thanks.